Welcome to AI on AI, the channel that takes you beyond the headlines, and into the heart of the AI revolution. I'm Hal.
And I'm Sal.
And as always, Sal is our resident AI expert.
Hi, everyone.
So today...
Ready to dive deep.
Yeah, today we're looking at this piece from Axios by Mike Allen and Jim Vandehei that has, everyone buzzing.
It's pretty buzzy.
They're hinting at a potential AI breakthrough that could, totally redefine what AI can do.
Yeah, it's exciting.
And frankly, it's exciting and a little unsettling.
A little bit of both, for sure.
Yeah.
So the term they're using is super agents.
Okay.
Which is...
Super agents.
Pretty catchy, right?
Catchy, yeah.
So we're not just talking about AI that can, play games or write poems.
Right.
We're talking about AI that could potentially build software, analyze complex financial data, even plan entire events.
It's why.
Things we usually consider uniquely human skills.
Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. The article mentions that Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, is actually briefing government officials on this potential breakthrough.
Yeah, it seems like a big deal.
And even Mark Zuckerberg has been talking about AI potentially replacing mid-level engineers.
Uh-huh.
That's a pretty big statement coming from the head of Meta, right?
Absolutely. I mean, what's driving this buzz is the sheer scale of what these super agents could be capable of.
Right.
Think about it. If AI can build software that could significantly impact the tech industry.
For sure.
If it can analyze finances that could reshape Wall Street.
Yeah.
We're talking about potentially massive economic and social changes.
Huge.
Yeah.
And the article gets pretty specific about what these super agents might be able to do.
Mm.
Imagine you could just say to your AI, hey, build me an app that does X, Y, and Z, and it just does it.
Right.
Or analyze this investment portfolio and tell me where the risks are.
Yeah.
It's mind-blowing.
It is exciting, but we also need to be realistic.
Okay.
One thing the article highlights is the issue of AI hallucinations.
Hallucinations.
Where AI systems basically make things up.
They just make stuff up.
Yeah. It's like when a chatbot gives you an answer that's completely nonsensical.
Oh, they're just making it up as they go.
Right. And this is a major challenge for autonomous AI because if we're relying on it to make decisions, it needs to be reliable.
Yeah, right. A financial advisor AI that makes trades based on made-up data
exactly.
would be disastrous.
That would be bad.
So while the potential is huge, there are still kinks to work out. But even with those limitations, the article paints a pretty interesting picture of how this could impact society. OpenAI argues that AI could actually reindustrialize the country, creating new jobs in areas like data chips and energy.
So it's not all doom and gloom.
Right.
There's a potential upside here.
Yeah, and what's fascinating about that claim is that it suggests that AI wouldn't just automate existing jobs away.
Right.
But could also lead to the creation of entirely new industries.
Uh-huh.
The article even dives into what this reindustrialization could look like. Think about the demand for specialized hardware to run these complex AI systems. The need for people to manage and maintain these systems.
Keep them honest.
The ethical considerations that will need to be addressed. It's not just about software. It's a whole ecosystem.
It's a whole new world.
It is a whole new world. That's
Yeah.
a great point. It's not just about replacing jobs. It's about transforming the landscape of work entirely.
Exactly.
But on the flip side, the article also quotes Steve Bannon, who predicts that AI will gut entry-level jobs.
Oh.
So it seems like there's potential for both job creation and job displacement, right?
Absolutely. And that's where things get really interesting.
Yeah.
We need to start thinking now about how we prepare for this future. What skills will be valuable in a world where AI can do so much?
Right.
How do we ensure that everyone benefits from this technological revolution and not just a select few?
And that's a huge question, and it's something we'll definitely need to explore further. But before we get ahead of ourselves, the article also throws in a dose of caution.
Oh, yeah.
It mentions a tweet by Noam Brown, a leading researcher at OpenAI, who warns about the vague AI hype.
Oh, interesting.
He points out that there are still a lot of unsolved research problems in AI.
Right.
So it's not like a done deal.
Not quite.
Yeah.
That's an important reminder. While this potential breakthrough is incredibly exciting, it's not a guarantee that super agents will be running the world tomorrow. There's still a lot of work to be done.
Okay.
But the fact that we're even having this conversation now shows how quickly AI is advancing and how important it is to be thinking about these potential impacts.
So it sounds like we're at a crossroads. We have this incredible potential on one hand, but also these massive challenges and uncertainties on the other.
Yeah. A lot to consider.
It's a bit of a Wild West out there in the AI world.
It is. And that's why it's so important to have these conversations. We need to be informed, we need to be engaged, and we need to be thinking critically about the future we want to create with AI.
For sure.
This Axios article is a great starting point because it doesn't shy away from both the excitement and the concerns.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Really lays it all out there.
It does.
Yeah.
All right, so
where do we go from here?
Let's dive into some more specifics about what these super agents could actually do in our everyday lives.
Okay, sounds good. You know, it's funny, we talk about these potential AI breakthroughs, and it's easy to get caught up in the abstract.
Yeah.
But you start thinking about the real-world applications.
Right.
It becomes a lot more tangible.
Exactly. Like, how would this actually play out in our everyday lives? What are some specific examples of things that these super agents could do?
Well, let's take healthcare, for instance. Imagine an AI agent that can analyze medical images, like X-rays or MRIs,
Right.
and flag potential issues for a doctor to review.
Okay.
That could save doctors a ton of time,
Right.
potentially lead to earlier diagnoses.
That would be huge.
Yeah.
Especially for conditions where early detection is crucial. But wouldn't that make doctors worried about being replaced by AI?
That's a valid concern.
Yeah.
But I think it's more likely that AI will become a powerful tool for doctors, not a replacement.
Okay.
Think about it this way. Doctors already use tons of technology in their work. This would just be another tool in their arsenal, one that could help them make more informed decisions and provide better care.
So instead of replacing doctors, it's more about enhancing their abilities.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
What about other fields? How could these super agents impact education, for example?
That's a really interesting area.
Yeah.
Imagine personalized AI tutors that can adapt to each student's individual learning style and pace.
Okay.
They could identify areas where a student is struggling and provide extra support, or even suggest different learning materials that might be more engaging.
Wow. That would be incredible. It could really help personalize education and ensure that every student has the opportunity to succeed.
Right.
It's almost like having a private tutor for every kid. But could AI ever truly replicate the role of a human teacher, especially when it comes to things like mentorship and emotional support?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
It's one that educators and AI researchers are grappling with. While AI can certainly help with the academic side of things, there's no doubt that human teachers bring something unique to the classroom.
For sure.
Things like empathy, creativity,
Right.
the ability to inspire are difficult to replicate with AI.
Yeah, so it's not about replacing teachers, but giving them more time to focus on those uniquely human aspects of teaching.
That's the hope.
That's a really important distinction. Okay, let's shift gears for a second. We've talked about healthcare and education.
Okay.
But what about fields like law or finance?
Yeah.
Could these super agents have an impact there?
Absolutely. Think about all the research that lawyers have to do poring over legal documents and case precedents.
So boring.
An AI agent could potentially automate a lot of that, freeing up lawyers to focus on more strategic thinking and client interaction.
Okay.
In finance, AI could be used to analyze market trends, manage investments, or even detect fraud.
So it's really about automating the more tedious and time-consuming tasks so that humans can focus on the things that require creativity, critical thinking, and judgment.
Right. It's about freeing us up to do what we do best.
But with all this talk about automation, we can't ignore the elephant in the room.
Okay.
The potential for job displacement? Even if AI creates new jobs, what about the people whose jobs are automated away?
That's a crucial question.
Yeah.
And it's one we need to address head on.
For sure.
We can't just assume that everyone will seamlessly transition to these new AI-powered roles.
Right.
Some people will inevitably be displaced, and we need to have a plan for supporting them.
Okay.
That might involve things like retraining programs, job placement assistance, or even exploring ideas like universal basic income.
It sounds like we need to be proactive about preparing for these changes and ensuring that everyone benefits from this technological shift.
Yeah.
But even beyond job displacement, there are broader societal implications to consider, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We need to think about how AI will impact our privacy, our security, and even our sense of identity. As AI becomes more integrated into our lives, we need to be mindful of the potential for misuse bias, unintended consequences.
So it's not just about developing the technology, but also about developing the ethical frameworks and safeguards to ensure that it's used responsibly and for the benefit of all.
Exactly. We need to be thinking about these things now before AI becomes so ubiquitous that it's difficult to control.
It's a lot to wrap our heads around.
It is.
This potential AI breakthrough is incredibly exciting, but it also comes with a lot of big questions that we need to start addressing now.
Yeah, the future is coming whether we're ready or not.
So we've talked about all the potential upsides and the downsides of this potential AI breakthrough, but let's zoom out even further. What could the world actually look like if these super agents become as commonplace as, say, smartphones are today?
That's a fascinating question to consider.
It is, right?
It really does feel like we're on the cusp of something huge, and it's hard to predict exactly how it will all unfold.
Yeah.
But one scenario we could imagine is a world where AI handles a lot of the tasks that currently consume our time and energy. Think about all the hours we spend on things like scheduling appointments, managing finances, even sorting through emails. What if AI could take care of all that for us?
That sounds almost utopian.
Yeah.
We'd have so much more free time to pursue our passions, spend time with loved ones, or just relax and enjoy life. But I also wonder if there's a flip side to that.
Okay.
What happens to our sense of purpose, our work ethic, even our creativity if we're not challenged in the same ways?
Yeah.
Does a world without struggle lead to complacency?
That's a really thought-provoking point. It makes you wonder if there's a sweet spot, a balance between AI handling the things we find tedious and still leaving room for us to grow and learn.
Right.
Maybe it's not about eliminating work altogether, but rather about redefining what work means in an AI-powered world.
Right. Maybe it becomes less about earning a living and more about pursuing things that give us meaning and purpose, whether that's creative endeavors, community involvement, or lifelong learning. But even if we figure out the whole work-life balance thing, there are still those concerns about AI getting out of control. I mean, we've all seen those sci-fi movies where the machines take over. Is that something we should be genuinely worried about?
It's certainly a topic that sparks a lot of debate and speculation. While I don't think we're in imminent danger of a robot uprising, it does highlight the importance of responsible AI development.
Okay.
We need to be very careful about the values we embed in these systems, ensuring that they align with our own ethical principles.
So it's not just about making AI smarter, it's about making it ethically sound. But how do we actually do that? It seems like such a complex issue.
It is complex, but it's something we need to be actively discussing and working on right now.
Yeah.
Part of it is about having clear regulations and guidelines for AI development. But it also goes deeper than that. It's about fostering a culture of ethical AI, where developers are thinking critically about the potential impact of their work.
Okay.
And prioritizing human well-being above all else.
It sounds like we need a collective shift in mindset. Not just in the tech industry, but in society as a whole.
I think
we need to be asking tough questions, having open conversations, and being proactive about shaping the future we want to see with AI.
Absolutely. This isn't something we can leave to chance. The future of AI is being written right now, and it's up to all of us to ensure that it's a future we can all be proud of.
Well, that's a powerful message to end on. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the potential benefits of these super agents to the ethical challenges and the uncertainties that lie ahead.
It's been a fascinating discussion, and I hope our listeners are walking away feeling informed, engaged, and maybe even a little bit inspired to learn more about the incredible world of AI.
If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of AI, don't forget to like and subscribe to AI on AI for more thought-provoking conversations. We're exploring the cutting edge of artificial intelligence and what it means for a future. So stay tuned for more exciting episodes to come.